Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Ninkazi and Neuro on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map we have the red Terran player representing Rival Gaming, it is Ninkazi. And in the bottom right side of the map we have the blue Zerg player, it is Neuro from Exile 5. Neuro's an awesome dude, he has his own YouTube channel, I'll put a link to the top right up here. He discusses Zerg strategies. If you like Zerg, check out Neuro. He's very calming as well. Sometimes I'll just watch his cast and not really listen to what he's saying, but just kind of enjoy as the warmth washes over me. And I guess I'm picking up stuff just through association anyway, so you have to learn stuff. You have to learn stuff if you're watching his casts. Alrighty then, Refinery popping on up. The timing here tells me likely Reaper expand, and guess what I have handy this time, you guys? My list! My list is here, I didn't mess up. The only problem is choosing which one to use, because all of them are so good. I'm scrolling through them right now. There are some funny ones, there are some like appropriate ones. There are ones with like paragraphs and paragraphs of backstory on them, which is super great. We're gonna go with this one. Okay, I have it chosen. Neuro, on the other hand, did go skipping extractor, going hatchery into pool, into no extractor. I guess you just stop the Reaper with queens. If it is going to be one. Why do you do this to us, you guys? Why do you make us think it's going to be a Reaper and then it's not? Why do I... Alright, so Marines it's going to be, which plays exactly into what Neuro's doing. Those Marines aren't going to do any harassment for quite a while, so it allows him to drone up a little bit more, then get his gas. His speed will be late, but so what? Like, you can't really pressure a Terran with speedlings that well in most situations in the early game, so... Neuro is fine with it, fine with the inability to harass because of these Marines here. Doesn't really change much in the long run. Anyway, Hatch going to pop. Neuro saving up for that third base. I have to assume that is what he's doing. Or queens. Queens too. 2 queens on the way. Couple lings. And yeah, allowing that to creep up to 250. Is he doing it? No, a couple more lings. We'll see if he goes for a third. I'm going to stop trying to predict what he's going to do. Meanwhile, Ninkazi is going ahead and popping up a command center. Overlord scouts it. At this point, you just want to take a third if you are the Zerg player. Just take a third unless you have some crazy 2-base attack planned. Which, I mean, it wouldn't be crazy, but unless you have a very specific and definite plan that you're going to attack here off of 2 bases, get a third. That's what I'm trying to say. And even then, probably just get a third. Roach Warren on the way, which tells me that there is some attempted aggression on the way from Neuro. Queen with the inject with 3 energy left. Beautiful. Beautiful inject. Always love that solid play from the Neuro. Ninkazi's base is almost up there. We've got barracks on the way, and 2 Reapers coming out. What is this super delayed double Reaper play? Are you going? Oh, no, this isn't Mass Reaper, is it? I don't know. Look, 2 more Reapers in too. This might not go very well for Neuro, I'm going to say. Yeah, you almost killed that one, but you don't have speedlings, man. And you're just barely getting roaches. You have some queens. That went better than I would expect. I mean, they showed up late, but all that was here was a single queen, and she did her job, man. She chased those guys the heck on out of there. And more Reapers heading on back home. Why are you heading home? What about this says you need to head home? You're supposed to be out there doing stuff. You're the front lines. You're the front lines of the Terran forces. Okay. All right. You do what needs to be done. There are roaches. Are they going to be aggressive or defensive? Once you've seen 2 Reapers at this stage, it is. Look at this. How many Reapers does he have? 6. He's got 6 Reapers out, which looks like he's transitioning now into Marines, but that's an interesting hit squad. I don't know if I've ever seen this before, where it's either 1 Reaper, maybe 2, or like 80. I've never seen just a handful of 6 like this before. And they're not going to do well against these roaches. So here comes Neuro, sitting at the top of the ramp saying, "What up, buddy? I'm going to murder you and all your friends. What you got to say for it?" Yeah, Marines and Reapers, if the KD8 charges are good, I'm prepared to say the roaches will be good. Or bad. But it doesn't look like they're going to be. Forcing a full retreat there, killing a bunch of workers, killing a mule there. I don't know if you want to go up the ramp, but stopping this seems to be good enough, in my opinion. Come on, Neuro, just stop it. Stop it, take a third of your own. Don't allow the Terran player to expand anywhere you don't want him to expand. This contain could just win you the game right here in about 6 minutes. Lair on the way, double extractors on the way, income tab 30 to 36. Neuro has that lead there. And again, the income should definitely favor the Zerg player too, because it's only 1 base that's being mined off here, and it's oversaturated, which is not efficient. Don't go up the ramp, Neuro. Come on, man. What have we learned? At least he dodged the, like, 5 KD8 charges. That's good. And that is good. Bring the Overlord over here so we can see up the ramp. Okay, here's the plan. My suggestion, move the Overlord over here so you can see the supply depot and kill it. Ninkazi's not doing a good job protecting it. And as a result, I think you could take it down. Why are you leaving? No. You had a good thing going. Okay, so not leaving, just splitting up a little bit. And he does have Overlords in a lot of places. Lings too. Again, he likes to make sure that the Terran player is not doing anything untoward right now. Orbital command into a tech lab. Marine, 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 Marine. And just all the Marines in the world. So here comes a drop. If this is not something Neuro is ready for, this could be pretty darn devastating. Overlord scouts it though, so at the very least, Neuro should see this. 14 Lings are on the way. Okay, so he does see it there. 14 Lings, can they pop out in time to be efficient here? I think they can. Third base is now popping for Neuro. Pop. Pop goes the Weasel. A couple Overlords going to die. I think Neuro can live with that one. Give him time to get his Lings out. Where are they? Where are they? Here they are. Here they are. Are they slow Lings? Oh, no, Neuro. They're slow Lings. Oh, now they get speed. Now they got speed. Trying to get that surround, but excellent. Oh, wow. Good micro there from Ninkazi. This base going to die. Couple Queens die. All the drones going to die. Stutter stepping his way onto victory. I said all the drones would die, and that was a lie. That was a total lie on my part. Trying to bash at the back of this group. The roaches do show up. Can they get the hatch? Boom! Hatch gone. Pick up, evacuate. Thank you for playing, says Ninkazi. Good job. Good job breaking the harassment line. I still think Neuro could move out and deny this thing if he wanted. This is it that is here. Handful of Marines, handful of Reapers. Are there even any tanks at this point? There's a tank on the way, but none yet. I mean, all right, so playing defensively. Neuro obviously and understandably shaken at the loss of that second hatch. Queen's getting mixed on in here too. Here comes Ninkazi going for drop number 2 with the same guys. Good call. Just heal him up first. Make sure those Ling attacks aren't too untowardly difficult. Kills the Overlord, half of its body falling into the abyss, the other half falling over here on this like transporter CD player thing. Lings, roaches, ready to do this thing, and yep, yeah. I mean, they were in perfect position. Ninkazi's reaction time was pretty good, but still not quite good enough. And the bouncing, the fake out! The fake out. He faked going up to the main base. Then decided not to. Didn't do a whole lot of work with it. Ninkazi decides to move, maybe. Try to force cancel on that hatch, but he has 8 Marines with stim, but still not enough, I don't think. So as Ninkazi heads home, there is a Roach Ravager Ling attack on the way right now from Neuro. Can he do it? KD8 charges could play a big part. There are a couple tanks here too. See how that +1 armor kept the Lings alive? I've talked about this before, but +1 armor allows Lings to survive one hit from a tank without dying. And yes, Corrosive Bile is going to land and not do a whole lot as per usual, but one tank does die. That tank happily still alive, smashing whatever it wants to. 6 total kills, pushing forward. These Marines scary. Scary Marines. No upgrades except for stim. They do have stim and they do have combat shield. You're going to chase all these guys back home. This Overlord is going to die. A bit of an aborted attempt there from Neuro. Didn't work out as well as he would have liked to, I don't think. Units lost looking a lot bigger for the Zerg player. 14 Marines, a tank, and 4 Reapers seems pretty good at this point of the game. 190 total supply, 47 to 33 workers. Ninkazi looking big and strong against the Zerg player. What can he do? What can Neuro do to win this game? Spreading creep seems to be a good thing. Maybe some Banelings would be really nice against this composition. Something to deal with those tanks. The Ravagers are a good move. Although if Ninkazi's reflexes are good enough, then he can just pick up the tanks and move them out of harm's way, which would not be an issue. So here we come, killing creep tumors right up the middle. He is announcing his presence. No hiding from Neuro, and I don't think that he actually needs to. Creep tumors getting destroyed. Tanks on the low ground. Staying in range of the tanks is important. See how he's staying inside the range of the tanks there? It means the tanks are going to assist a lot with that splash. Lings trying to come on in. Roaches trying to come on in. Ravagers trying to throw down Corrosive Biles as best as possible. The Lings getting... the tanks getting protected here, but actually not too shabby. The +1 armor really benefiting Neuro in this point. I thought he was dead, but can he clear this out? Corrosive Biles landing and dodged once again. I just feel like killing that tank is a bigger priority if you're Neuro, but he did manage to get the Terran player to back off just a little bit. More Roaches, more Ravagers in production. Missile attacks, level 1 on the way. No third base has landed yet for Ninkazi, but there is the option to do so. He does have that orbital command ready to go. Tank helping to kill the queen. Lings streaming in. Roaches and Ravagers desperately trying to come on in here. Corrosive Bile lands and does actually kill a tank with the assistance of those Lings. So nice Corrosive Bile, and Neuro does manage to hold that thing off. He got his base back. He was able to get this up and running, get this one up and running too, and hold off the attack. It's 49 to 35 workers, though. Not looking good in the long run of things. But Ninkazi refuses to land his orbital command, which seems to be a bit of a mistake, if you ask me, but we'll have to see on that one. Creep spread, continuing to push that way, continuing to push that way. Overseer there, hanging out, trying to see when that third base is going to land. He's going to be there for a while, it seems. Ah, you waited until I said that, didn't you, Ninkazi? You waited. All right, so he waits for about 3 seconds, and then he sees the orbital command come and land and create a third. Did he just drop? Oh, he did drop a changeling. Ah, changeling blocking the orbital command. Don't see that every day. That is actually pretty darn rare. Burrow on the way for Neuro. I mean, yes, the changeling does die. Not a huge deal, but hey, any kind of delay is nice in my professional opinion. Ling's ready for a run by, but Ninkazi seems pretty committed to defending this. He's got his tanks, he's got his marines, he has his marauders in position to protect that mineral line if Lings do end up showing up. Good. This is a good position on this map, I'd say. You handle this ramp, entrance to your natural, that one as well. And yeah, like, see the Lings get here, but there's nothing they can do. There's no effectiveness. They just lose a couple of their friends and run the heck out. Like they are terrified, as they should be. Because, man, Terrans have guns, don't they? Terrans have lots of guns. Alright, so creep spread, continuing here for the Neuro. Overlord's Overseer, rather, in pretty good positioning. No fourth base on the way for Ninkazi. Is Ninkazi letting Neuro get back in this game? It's 40 to 52 workers. He's just kind of sitting around. He hasn't dropped in a while. He hasn't pushed up the middle in a while. He hasn't killed any creep tumors in a while. It's almost like that thing with the draw mechanism in StarCraft 2, where if you haven't attacked or like killed a building or made a building or created a new unit in a certain amount of time, then it's a draw. That's what it is. Salvaging those bunkers. Gonna need those where we are going. Marauders, mostly marine heavy composition, I'd say right now. It's going to be 43 marines and 5 marauders, 20 roaches, 10 ravagers, and 3 queens. Running on up here is Neuro with his changelings. Just saying hi. How's it going? How's it going, SCV? SCV knows there's something wrong. He's like, do I know you? You from the other place? Look, they're purple. They're so obviously not Terran at all. But Ninkazi has no idea, man. Ninkazi does not know these guys are changelings. Here, we gotta look at the map real quick. Okay, so I mean, they do show up with your color if you're seeing them. So not that weird after all, but still pretty funny. Changelings do get killed, but they last a lot longer than changelings usually do when they're sitting inside an army at this level of StarCraft 2. Neuro, 159 to 165 total supply, 46 to 58 workers. Trying to do this thing with straight up Roach Ravager. +1/+1 has been completed. +1/+1 on the Marines and the Marauders. Pathogen glands on the way for Neuro. He's going to go for Infestors as well. And here we come. It looks like Ninkazi wants to force the issue. He does, moving right on in. Corrosive Biles landing, not hitting much of anything whatsoever there, and deciding to retreat is Neuro. Maybe a Ling run by would be nice, but that bunker is difficult to deal with. I like that bunker placement from Ninkazi. It seems very nice indeed. Missile attacks. Level 2 on the way. Pathogen glands about 50% complete. This is where you want to make your Infestors, but Neuro probably knows the timing better than I do. And he has a lot of gas, so he's saving up for something. That's a lot of roaches he just made. So hey, single Ling up here trying to kill a factory all by his lonesome. Kill the SCVs, you moron. Their priority targeting seems to be pretty darn messed up right now. Scan, scan, scan. Scans and scan. Are you trapped? No, there's a backdoor ramp here, but doesn't look good. From both sides is Neuro, then chickens out. Decides that is not the way for him. He did not want to attack here and attack here at the same time. That's a lot of bio. Infestors now on the way. They will have that pathogen gland upgrade. Okay, so Infestor, keeping your Marines and Marauders in place while doing a small amount of damage to them helps immensely, as the Corrosive Bile now has a straight up target. It can just kill instead of things that dodge around and wiggle all the time, which I'm sure is super duper annoying. Creep spread, pretty good at this point. Maybe some creep tumors are actually going to die here. Ninkazi. And there it is. There's the fungal growth. There's the bile. Fungal bile doing a great job. Good concave here from Neuro, but decides no, not enough. Not enough. That group really massacred that section down there. And then came after the group on the right, too. So these guys are mean. These guys are mad. I don't see +2/+2 on the way from the Terran, but I'm not sure that he needs it at this stage of the game. Attack the creep tumors. Attack the creep tumors. No Ling run-bys. Still none. Still none. Still none. And Kazi's being patient. I like that. He's being patient here with the tanks, with the Marines, with the Marauders. Slowly moving forward, slowly moving creep, allowing the tanks to do a lot of the work. 14 kills on that one. That is pretty darn fantastic. Using the mobility of them as they can be picked up by medevacs in siege mode. Trying to knock down these rocks to give, I guess, give Neuro an additional attack path. You just got to be careful. This army is right here. And if you're focusing on something else, it could be easy for you to die in just a wink of the eye. All right, so the rocks are gone. That Ravager is going to die. Why do you make me a liar, Ravager? Why are you so fast on creep? How dare you? How dare you do that? Roaches, trying to hold things off. Not enough of them. Infestors are here. You almost got to save this base, Neuro. You almost have to save this base. The tanks in the front, I don't know what this is. I guess the Marines and Marauders trying to do something, but Neuro pushing on through here. Infestors throwing down the fungal growth on everything. Corrosive biles are landing, killing a bunch of stuff here too. Tanks taking direct fire. Not what you want to see. Tanks are slowly getting whittled down. Fungal growth, again, holding stuff in position. The upgrades here for Neuro, that +2 attack really coming into play right now. Tank count pretty heavy though. Another tank explodes. Neuro decides to back out. He has been allowed to keep this base for now. I'm not sure that Ninkazi isn't going to push forward a little bit more though. Sieging up with a siege line. Another base over here for Neuro. Might want to transfer these drones over here, if we're all honest. This base seems to be in a lot of trouble right now. Alright, so tanks setting up in good positions. I like this spread. I like the destruction of the creep tumors. Small group of bio, Marines, and Marauders. Friends are showing up. They're rallying at this point. It's a 3-base Terran. You can pretty much continuously make Marines and Marauders off this for a long time. Neuro looking good. 126 to 135 total supply. Still down on that worker count, which I think is going to be the death of him, but yep, that hatch is going to fall. The drones have been pulled a long time ago. Some roaches don't rally there. Why are you rallying there? I guess he's supposed to rally with the rest of the army. Bad. So he tries to get behind and kill some of these reinforcements. Corrosive biles are landing and getting some shots off. I don't know that Neuro actually wants to engage here, but I think he might have to. Yes, this is great. Picking off these reinforcing units as they come in one at a time, piece by piece by piece, is just fantastical. Neuro has 2 groups. The roaches are getting destroyed fairly quickly, though. Why are you rallying this way? What is happening to you? Oh, roaches. Oh, roaches. This base trying to land for Ninkazi, not going to happen. If anything makes this work, it's Ninkazi's inability to take a 4th. Ravagers getting mixed on up. Tanks, Marines. Still no sign of +2/+2 out of Ninkazi, which is a little bit interesting. I mean, upgrades are super important. I'd like to see at least +2 from these guys. +3 if viable, but perhaps not in the cards today. Burrow Roach. He does have Burrow. I forgot about that. And there goes the Burrow on top of the tanks, trying to kill those tanks using that melee attack animation. Killed, I don't know, like a tank maybe? A tank. So, I mean, put the fear of God in Ninkazi, but it wasn't the most effective thing I've ever seen. That 4th base now landed for Ninkazi. A lot of workers here. 41 workers there. 58 to 45. I guess when you're on effectively 2 mining bases, you got to oversaturate somewhere. Maybe undersaturate here as well. He needs more gas. Does he need more gas? Maybe he doesn't need more gas. More creep tumors getting killed. That is a lot of dead creep tumors. 18 in this game so far. Pushing forward with the tanks, with the Marines, with the Marauders. Tanks in the back. It's where they need to be. It's not racist. It's just good strategy. Roach runs through the middle, gets absolutely massacred. This base is going to die too. Run, drones, run! Nope, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Scan up there as well. Ninkazi looking good. Looking very good. Even sending some units back home. He doesn't feel like he needs the reinforcements at the front lines. Is that hubris? Is that overconfidence? Or is that just what we expect out of a GM level Terran player? Yeah, I mean, it's 161 to 127 total supply. There are tanks that aren't even in the air. And Neuro's not going to feel good about coming into this thing. Burrow Roach trying to base race it, I guess. Is that what this is? Oh, no, he does pop up. Get rid of these reinforcing units. The tank's going to die. The Marine's going to die. That's good. That is good. I just don't know how you're going to deal with the big army at your front door. You have a small group of Lings, Ravagers, a Roach. Okay, group of Roaches now. And an Infestor. Burrow Roach doing pretty good. Again, I like this behind-the-line stuff. I like killing units that are on rally because they can't actually attack back, which is great. Tanks flying on into the tanks get left alone. Ninkazi, no! What happened? How did you? All right, so the tanks are gone. Tanks are gone, everybody. 21 tanks have been killed in this game. There are currently 4 on the field. That is way more tanks as than I expected. Burrow Roach up here trying to do some stuff. Burrowing, running, the scan revealing most of them. Ling's getting inside that mineral line and then deciding it's time to back on out. So this is nuts. This game is crazy. Neuro loses 1 base and 2 base, has an army at his front door. The Burrow Roach manages to get most of the army back to the main base for the Terran. Neuro cleans out the tanks, and now he might be okay. I mean, it's 35 to 46 total harvesters, right? So that's a problem, but I don't know, this base is running, right? Yeah, Ninkazi did not lose that base. For a second, I thought he did, but no. There's that +2 for Ninkazi 20 minutes into the game. 20 minutes seems a little bit late, but better late than never is what I always say. Tank on the low ground, tank on the ramp, and tank on the low ground. Is that what you want these ones? Hope there's not a tank to drop. Never mind. I forgot how few tanks there are right now. 4. How are there 4? 2 more on the way, so that's fantastic. And both players just facing off right now. Trying to decide who wants to blink first, who wants to attack first. Base for Neuro, double expanding, double ninja expanding. As our Terran player does not know that they are there. A Roach trying to kill that entire SCV line by his lonesome. And you know what? He might be able to do it too. I mean, yeah, sure you get the surround, but he's going to take some of you suckers with him. Did he drop in the main? Ah, Ninkazi dropped in the main. He did. Going to get a fungal. Hit it. Fungal. No fungal available. Oh, got 1 fungal. Late on the corrosive bile, though. Not late enough. Not late enough, and it does end up falling there. The corrosive bile is such a game changer, especially with medevacs. Especially with the medevacs. All right, so here's Neuro again, hanging on by a thread. He's got 35 to 35 workers, though. That Roach is not still alive. That's a different Roach, isn't it? Well, he's dead now. He is dead now. Meanwhile, pushing forward here. Tank fire. +2/+2 almost there as well. There's the fungal, and here's the attack from everywhere. Getting a full surround on these bio units. Are the tanks enough? Because those bio are not going to be. Look at that. Absolutely overwhelming victory in that battle was Neuro. How did he do that? Angling, man. It's all about angles of attack. It's about holding off until you want to, making the opponent come on to the creep and infestors, man. 12 kills on that infestor. Should probably get credit for a lot more just by forcing people to stay in place. Tank dead, 75 to 119 total supply. +2/+2 now finishing. Ninkazi probably wishes he had done that a lot earlier. There are 3 tanks here. The Burrow Roach going to deal with them. The scan keeps them, makes them visible. Ninkazi says, fool me once, shame on me. No, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Alright, so setting up a missile turret. This is not a planetary fortress. This is sort of the last holdout for Ninkazi. It's 95 to 136 total supply. Neuro does have 31 total workers and just has more available mining bases than the Terran player has. Yeah, he has this one. There's only 8 here. Only 8 workers there. That income is definitely favoring the Zerg in mineral count. Somehow Neuro's not getting gas income right now, which I find surprising. Either way, here we come. The Zerg swarm running on in, taking down tanks. Corrosive biles, getting rid of them as well. The tanks are firing as fast as they can, but there are too many targets. Too many targets. These Marines trying to do it with that +2/+2 might be able to. They're just so darn outnumbered. Another rallying tank killed by Neuro. Corrosive biles landing and trying to kill that orbital command. It is now 70 to 116 total supply, leaving those SCVs alone, continuing to push on up, get into the means of production, and that is it. A GG from Ninkazi. Ninkazi is defeated, and Neuro is victorious. What an absolutely ridiculous comeback by Neuro. He was down like 15, 20 workers to his opponent. The army size was not that big either. I mean, but it just came down to that one Burrowed Roach attack right up here. Burrow Roach attack here, kill some units, force the army back, force Ninkazi to abandon his tanks, clean the tanks out, and the game's reset at that point. 22 SCVs, or 36 SCVs were killed. Only 22 drones. That seems a little bit low. But 3 hatcheries fell. It's really, really rare to lose 3 hatcheries in a game and come out on top against Terran. That was nuts. 230 Marines were killed, 31 Marauders, 30 tanks, 158 Roaches, 24 Ravagers, and 3 Infestors. All right, so that is it. What a great ZVT. Thanks again for Neuro for sending that in. Again, check him out on his channel. Just search Neuro on YouTube if you didn't see the link before. But that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.